The GOAT, it's the GOAT, it's the give it GOAT. The GOAT, it's the GOAT, it's the ever GOAT. The GOAT, I got a little tied up on that, but it's the GOAT.
Welcome to the GOAT Pod, GOAT Pod. I am Wendle Holland. For those that do know, for those that don't know, I am from the show Survivor, and I am here with some of my good friends. First and foremost, we have the host of the Purple Pants podcast, the star, the shining star of Survivor 28, Survivor Cagayan, Mr. Bryce Isaiah is in the building. How you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm so excited to be on a podcast with an actual winner. So I'm like freaking out.
I guess I didn't win anything. We also are joined by my other good friend, the star of Big Brother 23, the person who, the founding member of the Cookout, the history maker, the son of the legend, Mr. Derek Frazier's in the building. Big D, how we doing?
I am doing great, Wendell. This is such good to be here again with an actual winner who played the game, unlike you. And it is just so good to just actually get a good recap. Like, I feel like the fans can actually listen to this recap because listening to you, they didn't learn jack shit. So this is great.
Oh, very nice. Well, I guess I need to just leave. Anyway, we're going to get to my actual friend. You might know her from 90 Day Fiancé. You might know her as the wonderful, beautiful, smart, talented, professional wrestler that she is. I know her as the GOAT, the one and only Paola Mayfield. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I love that presentation. Thank you, Wendell. I loved you guys' presentation. And I love that you guys giving a hard time to Wendell. That make it more fun. I love it.
Well, girl, hold on tight.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. I watch you guys. I watch all the recaps that you guys did. And I had so much fun. I laughed a lot listening to you guys. I love it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, pal. I just appreciate you as a person, as a human. Obviously, you got my vote at the end of the game. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for just being this wonderful, big-hearted human being that you are. I appreciate your friendship.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate yours too.
Thank you. And where are you joining us from right now?
Well, right now I'm in Miami. I just traveled to Miami. I was in Charlotte. I've been following the soccer team, Colombia soccer team for the Copa America. And so I'm here in Miami.
Very nice. Very nice. And I know you were a little under the weather yesterday. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling much better. I feel like I've been following my soccer team for many, different states. And I've been yelling and screaming that my body, I feel like my body's like, hey, girl, take a little break before the final. And I just feel like I'm just trying to recover, but I'm feeling so much better now. Thank you for that.
Well, you sound amazing. So I wouldn't even think that you're feeling any type of way.
Oh, the struggle is inside, but I'm good.
If I was following the soccer team around as well, I'd be very in high spirits too, because I know you're married, pal, but some of them soccer players, woo, I mean.
Okay. Yeah,
Great.
Send them my way, okay?
Yes, girl, because
we have
to get the ball in the hole.
Podcast to do, gentlemen. We don't need to be worried about some soccer players.
Okay. But they look good, though.
Girl, I believe
okay, that's why she the GOAT. Okay, that's why you the GOAT.
I love soccer players, but I recently got into rugby because I love just the rugby shorts and everything. So I'm just so fully invested. But how I know with you wrestling, being a wrestler and everything, girl, I don't know how you do it because I would have been trying to oil the men up in wrestling and trying to help them out. And what can I do for you? You want to slam me? Slam me.
Well,
oh my
So I normally have to train with guys when I do wrestling. I do have to train with guys. You have to be careful because they're more strong, but they give you a better base. But once you get to train with them, I don't know. I feel like the least thing you're going to think is just putting some oil on those bodies. Believe me. It's like, no, thank you.
Well, I volunteer as tribute.
I will take you next time.
Thank you. Pal, I do want to know, when you initially got the call that you agreed to be on the GOAT, what was your thought process about going on a competition show called The GOAT?
Well, to be honest, when I tend to talk a lot, and I feel that when they called me, I was so quiet. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I'm showing my personality." We have to have like many phone calls because I couldn't show myself the way I am in person. It's different, and so I didn't know what the show was about. I was so excited just to try something new, and I didn't know what I was getting into, to be honest, because I'm from a show. I love drama show, screaming, craziness. So I didn't know that I'm competitive, but I didn't know how competitive I was.
Very nice.
Okay.
Okay, pal. So you go through casting, you make it, and now it's time for the show. You walk into Goat Manor and you see this array of reality people from all over the place. What are your initial thoughts? What are you taking away from walking into the house?
Well, to be honest, if you look at the picture, I'm the shortest one of all of them. I feel
Yep.
like I'm the smallest of all of them. So that's how I felt. I'm like everybody was knowing to each, like Reza knew Jill. So everybody was talking to each other. And I'm like, what am I doing in here? Who is all these people? I'm like, I don't know. So I got a really good relationship with Tech. Like I just went and like, hey, how's it going? Let's talk. Because I didn't want to be the only one in there, like sitting alone. Everybody was just like, at the beginning, I get a little bit of shy. I'm shy, but once you get to know me, I'm like myself. I let myself go. So I became really good friends with Tech. So he helped me a little bit with everything. But being in there, I feel like 90 Day Fiance is a very popular show. It has been number one on ratings, but I don't know, compared to this with the other cast members, I think like I was nothing, to be honest. I felt like I was just like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't know what I was doing in there. I felt like I don't know, how am I going to survive in here? How am I going to be able to get along with all of these big personalities? Because I don't know. I feel like I normally get to like to crash with people, and but to be honest, everybody was so nice and friendly, so it was very cool. So I feel like I start feeling a little much better though.
Good.
Yeah, I can see that. Going into, because Pal, I gotta go back to wrestling, because I'm obsessed. Do you feel like, being a pro wrestler helped you in the game? And how? Like, just I'm curious, like, did you bring anything that you learned from being a pro wrestler into the game?
I think it's more like being Colombia and not trusting people. That's kind of like the thing that helped me a lot,
Okay.
because I feel like well, you get into the game and you start seeing things, and I'm always watching. I'm always like seeing, and it's a game, right? And so, plus we got producers, we have a lot of people in there, so you have to watch out for yourself. I feel like I didn't know what the game was going to be about, but I said if it's a challenge and it's a physical challenge, I can be good at it because I train hard. I'm a pro wrestler. I can do this. But once we got into trivia things, I'm like, I'm out because it's America and I'm Colombian. So there are things that no matter even if I study about it, it's not gonna be that easy. Like even though I did, right?
You did really good.
Yeah, no, you did great. And first of all, Pal, 90 Day Fiance is one of my favorite shows. I've been watching it for years. And so when I saw the cast, of course, I had to say Wendle. I was like, oh, Pal is going to be a threat. Do you think, is there anything that you going on 90 Day Fiance, like you experiencing how that reality TV show worked? Anything prepare you for the GOAT? Were you like, you know what? I could do this.
Well, I feel like I've been with on 90 Day Fiance for 10 years now. And I feel like the drama and like dealing with certain personalities, like I'm always gonna speak up my mind. That's the thing. I express my emotions. I don't hide anything. And you guys saw that. Like I don't stay quiet. And I feel like I did the same. Like, but it did help me to feel more comfortable with the cameras. Like I knew what I was kind of like that I needed to do. So it was not something that oh my God, what is this? Even though it was a huge production because there were some cameras everywhere. Plus having cameras in your bedroom, like you cannot even poke your nose or something if it itch. Like it crazy, like cameras in there. Oh my God, no, I'm sorry. Oh, like it just, but it does help. It does help to come like to feel more relaxed in front of so many cameras.
With it being a big production, like you said, could you maybe elaborate? Because you watched the show, so Derek and I were always just curious. where did a lot of the challenges happen, pal?
Yeah.
Where we
I
can
ju-
see, where we can sneak on the window and see what's going on. That's where.
Oh,
Oh,
so it sounds like it was there.
Yes. Well, the
okay.
thing is that we were not able to be out of the gold manor, so the idea is to stay in the gold manor.
Ah,
Oh,
Pal,
it would be the
I told them
Oh.
how maybe it slipped your mind, pal, how we were able to go to other places and like go to the stadiums to compete and like, you know, go all across Atlanta and to the beach and all that extra stuff that we were able to do that just I don't think it
Pal
made
said she following the soccer team. Okay,
Yeah,
Pal
'cause
said when she in the
yeah.
house, she was in the front yard.
All right. And she could
The
look out her
backyard.
window and see what's going on.
You should have given me a heads up, Wendle.
No,
I don't know.
no, pal. Because listen, this whole time we are now on like the 13th episode of these recaps, and Wendell has made it clear that y'all have went everywhere, Atlanta and this and Ludacris house and all these other places, but it seems like everything was at the GOAT Manor, from the basement to
But
the
think
kitchen
about
to
this.
the
Think
bathroom.
about this. Like the idea was like this is the thing. What it makes the show more intense, I would say. Not being able to be out of the gold manor, not being able to see anything outside, it make it intense. Compared to other show, you can get to go some other places, so you have a little bit of like relax on your mind. But this one wasn't. This was like 24/7 in there, 24/7 filming. So it was very mentally. It was stressful, not being able to do anything. Well, we have a big house. Come on, it's just walking up and down. You know.
So we had some fun. Like we would like we'd have our little crew and we'd like walk around the premises, right?
I love those walks.
They were the best. It was like the time where you could turn the game off and we would just like hang out, and that was fun.
Even though I knew that was a strategy for some people trying to get me on their side. Let's be honest.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, pal. If you're looking at me, the only thing I'll say to you is this. My strategy was not strategy to be your friend. It was
I know. But
genuine.
I know I always separate one thing I learned, and this is something that I was able to do to separate the player from the person, because at the end of the day everybody wants to win, right? But I know those walks were like genuine, but I knew that they were coming from a reason. Not only you, but I knew that you guys needed that boat, and I understand it.
That too. We could have used
I know. Of course, I was working with the girls, and the people needed an extra boat. So I was like, "Hell, let's go for this walk." And I'm like, "Perfect. Just give me information. Give me information." Everybody just played their way. Everybody played their way. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I appreciate that. Like you're a friend in real life.
Yes, definitely. And that was the Colombia in me that I have those thoughts. Like, hey, wait a minute. And you know what? It wasn't because of you. I think it was because of Reza. I feel like Reza gave me that, like, okay, she's here walking with us. It's just because we need her, but not you or CJ. I feel like our walks were like very like fun and genuine. But like Reza always gave me that vibe, like, we need you both. We need you both. But I'm like,
Well, okay. Aside from that stuff in those walks, I know that you told the fellas that you didn't remember all these competitions we did outside of the GOAT Manor. There were a lot of them. Maybe they just slipped your mind. But was there a favorite competition that you had? Was there anything that you loved doing, whether it's team or individual? What was your favorite?
Well, I feel like when I was able to participate, because I feel like so many times I didn't have the chance. I feel like when it was group, there are so many people like just saying, "Oh, let's do this," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm just gonna follow what they're saying." But I think like my favorite is the one that I finally won. I finally won the first challenge. That I proved that I can stay for 40 minutes in a squat position. Where is the other competition? Can I hold a hot dog or something? I'll do it. I'll do it. That was my favorite. Plus the other one that it got me to the final, because I was able to prove that I was good at this, that I deserved to be here, even though I lost the tooth. But it totally worked it, because I was like, I don't care. I don't care if I lost it. I'm like, whatever. I buy another one.
okay.
You did great with all those comps. You definitely did great. Let me ask you, kind of piggyback off of what Wendell's talking about. And I just want to note once again, guys, that Wendell struggled badly with the hot dogs. And I don't want anyone to ever forget that he could not get down the hot dogs. And as me and Bryce watched him do this competition, we were so disappointed, especially on our long conversations that we have in the car with him. It was very disappointing to us.
Well,
Okay.
after you eat 2 jalapenos or those peppers, nothing can pass that mouth. Like my goodness, his mouth was burning. Like he was just cooking his hot dogs in his mouth with that. It was so hot.
Dying. Habanero.
Habaneros, yes. Oh my god. No,
Oh,
it
let
was
me.
2 times.
Mm.
It was
Coming in hot.
Oh my god. I was feeling bad for him. But it was a moment of like, but you know what? I feel like that was the moment that it was going against Wendell, and that's why he have to go through so much that day. Like it was like he have to be out, and we all made it happen. Even though I'm not sure of that, but like it was like go eat the hot dogs, go eat the habaneros, drink some milk. But it was like he was the kind of like the last strong competitor, so it was not easy for him. It was not easy for him at the end.
You're right. It wasn't easy. I'm still feeling those peppers, pal.
Oh my god, I can't. No, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't.
So the peppers were hot to eat, Wendell.
Okay, Bryce, we're over the. This is the pal interview, not the
Okay.
interview.
I just no pal, because I just want to know, pal, like if they go in hot, do they come out hot too? I just
Bryce, you're coming over today to help me with some landscaping, so I'm gonna bring some peppers for you to try, and you can figure it out.
You guys should do that. Guys should do that on the show and see who can actually eat 2 habaneros and then eat 3 hot dogs in 1 minute.
Me and Bryce, we can do it together.
listen.
I'm not doing any of that.
I had no problem putting. Never mind.
Oh, pal, speaking of the competitions, let me ask you, because watching you, I just want to know, because I'm trying to figure it out. Were the competitions difficult, or were you kind of playing a strategy, by losing a lot of them? Because I felt like some of them you were like, I feel like, were you throwing some of them, or were they really like, damn, I can't get this?
Well, the only one that we throw was the one with Dave that you guys saw that I was like, what is this? What's happening? Because I didn't know. I was like, this is not part of like who I am. I'm going to betray a lot of people in here because I was getting along with everybody. And plus, finally, when I felt that I was going to win something, hey, let's throw it. That competition was easy. That competition. And I have to fake. Wendell, I'm sorry. I would have beat you in that one, but I was throwing the game. I'm so sorry, but to be honest, I was not dizzy. I was like, I could run. Like, believe me, that was so easy. But I was throwing that game. I feel so bad. I was like, I don't want to do this. The thing is, like the competition, all that stuff. There were other people like I didn't care to actually at the beginning to win first because I was not a threat, right?
Okay.
I was getting along with everybody, so I was like the group upstairs, which were the guys and CJ. They wanted to keep the fun people in the house, right? So I was like kind of the fun people in the house.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't want to get rid of me. So I didn't have any they didn't have any threats, like anything like that. But then at the end, when it started becoming like I wanted to compete. And then it happened with the competition that Kristen, I couldn't even play because she couldn't hear, the maze. When we were doing the maze, that one, like, she wasn't listening. I was like, I can do this. And I couldn't because the Devon's team won because Kristen couldn't even come back.
Yeah, I remember that.
We saw very early, pal, in the season that you created or spearheaded this ladies alliance. Can you walk us through why you felt it was like so important to have this ladies alliance in the game?
Okay, so this is the good thing because I am not quiet about anything. So who gave me the idea of protecting the group, the girls group? It was the bond in the locker room, well, in the closet, whatever. She told me, you know what? I play everything. Let's protect the girls group. Let's protect all the girls in the room. So she told me that, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. I didn't know who all these people were. I didn't know that Devon was on Big Brother and Challenge and all that stuff because I'm not familiar with all those shows. Now I am.
Uh-huh.
Uh, now I am. And so she told me that, and I'm like, of course, I'm like delivering. I got a package and I'm gonna deliver.
Yes.
So I just went and I talked to everyone like, okay, I'm good with the protecting this group. We are here. We sleep all together in here, so might as well let's just do that. But it was her idea, and I just deliver the
The message.
message. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Now you say you watch all the shows. Would you do any of these other shows?
I don't know if I can do Big Brother. I cannot. I don't know if I can do like being in the house and not being able to talk to your family and like. I don't know. I don't know. Survivor. Oh well, I'm good for doing a diet. I'm good not to eat.
Same, girl. Same. And I love that you said that about Big Brother because a lot of people don't get it. And I be trying to tell, like, I think Bryce gets it. Wendle, I don't think he really gets it. But like Big Brother mentally is like a whole nother level. Like it's like being stuck in the house and not being able to see the outdoors for like 2 weeks is some crazy shit.
No. How long do you guys have to be on Big Brother? Like in a house?
So I was there for 3.5 months.
Oh my God.
Really 4 because of sequester, but it takes a lot out of you of like you said, like you come home, so much has changed. You're like sitting there like, oh my God, like I don't even know what to do. So
No, if a month is a lot. That's how long we were on the Gold Manor. I cannot imagine 3 months. And I have a son, so at the end of the show, like at the end, I was really drained because the fact is like I get close to people and I was feeling everybody just leaving the house. So I cry for everybody. I cry for Wendell. I went out there. I'm like, I'm sorry. But even though we were getting rid of him, I was like, I feel so bad. Like I don't want you to leave, but it's the game. So it was mentally, it was draining me. I was exhausted. The day that I lost the tooth, I didn't sleep. So that's why I look like, you know, I looked terrible. I didn't sleep that night. So I was very overwhelmed. And I feel like that's why I've been 3 months. If 1 month is intense, and you can even talk to your family at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, it's midnight. So nobody's going to be awake for you to talk to them. So I feel like, I don't know, I could try. Like I tried this one and maybe I will win.
Okay.
You never know. But no, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. Maybe Survivor just to go and go to an island and just lose some weight and maybe, okay, you're good to go. Bye. But I'm good with that. But I do want to do like Dancing with the Stars. That's something I would like to do. I feel like I can. I would love to do that. I don't know if I can do the challenge. Those challenges are intense.
Girl, you do it.
I think you could do it.
I think you could do it. Don't let what you see fool you. That's what I like to say.
Maybe when I get my competitive side, I would like even when we were doing the competition of the food and the roaches and all this stuff, I was like, you know what? Bring me the snakes. I'm good with the snakes. I was like, I'm ready to do this. I'm good with the snakes because I used to have a snake pet. When I was little, yeah, but it was a huge one, like the boa. I don't know how they call it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that one. And so that's why I'm not that afraid. But bugs, no, I can't do.
Yeah,
bugs.
Sam, I'm not a bugs person.
Ooh,
me neither. Even though I was on the island, I can't do bugs. Now, pal, I got one more question for you. We only see this 1 hour episode, and we know that there's a whole lot more of life and game and everything that happens in the show. Was there anything that maybe you expected to see or that you didn't see or that you wish they would have shown or that you want to bring light to the audience?
Well, I feel like I was in the dark. They didn't show me much, but I feel like I was a part of like I had a great relationship with the people upstairs and the people downstairs. So I was kind of like bringing information back and forth, but what was convenience, right? For both sides and for myself. And I feel like that was a big strategy, like, okay, let's see what's happening in here. But because at the end I was feeling like, someone is going to get rid of me. So it's time to play. I felt it like, oh, this is fun. Now I need to play. And I feel like they didn't show me much like playing the game. And I feel like I did a good job at the end. Because of the relationship I have with the people upstairs and the people downstairs. And it was very important. Even our walks, that was part of the strategy. I was like, I'm going to go. And people in my bedroom were like, we need to know what she's bringing information. So I was giving them the information, but not everything. It was more like a, whatever is convenient, I'm gonna say it, because I don't want to ruin everything up for the people upstairs either. Like not in a mean way. I didn't want to be like a bad person playing this game, because I always want to keep it like a playing an honest game. But maybe just that I feel like that was missing. But I'm very happy with everything how ended up.
Yeah, you're the winner. I mean, things turned out pretty well.
And even though someone was not going to give me his vote.
Until you sat down and convinced me.
But you know what? I did say something at that moment to him, like, I was very honest with you. He was like, wait a minute. You were not that honest, because in one, I did the same like he did to Lauren, because he needed a vote from me to keep Reza in the house. And I said, yeah, sure, you got it. Yeah. And then I'm like, sorry. No.
Yep.
Sorry.
Pau, was there ever a time on this season of The GOAT that you were like, this is my moment. I need to show the girls. I need to show the world who Pal is. And I want everyone to see this. Is there ever like any moment that stands out for you, like through this whole season, that you were like, this is my moment and I need to show the girls what's up?
Well, in the last episode, when I went and when I throw that thing and it just went astray, like I was running like crazy. I didn't even know when I lost my tooth. Thank you very much for the person who filmed it in a slow motion. Where did you lost it? And I'm like, there you go. And, oh my God. But I was like, I didn't notice. And at the end, when I finished, I was like, did I swallow it? Do I need to go and find it? But I feel like that one, it was like, you know what? Maybe I didn't have the chance to play much on the game, but this one was the one who was going to show everybody that, you know what, she had what I needed. Even though the trivia or the putting the words together, that was like, gosh, that's intense. I felt like this is going to kill me. But no, I did it. And I feel like that's when I proved that like I deserve it to be here and I deserve to win the GOAT.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, of course, I gotta ask the tough hitting questions, coming from the Big Brother family. Okay. We all saw your falling out with Devon. Have you had time to, or let me ask you, what's your relationship now? Do you have a relationship with her, or where you guys stand?
Well, when she left the GOAT Manor, she said, I lost a sister. So I think that was it.
Okay. All right.
She said, and I lost the sister when we were sitting on the chopping block. Well, I was sitting on the big chair. Okay. And finally, for the first time. And then she said, I lost the sister. But the thing is that things happen when the cameras were rolling and things that make me feel uncomfortable. So I feel like if it wasn't because of the pressure that I felt when the cameras were not rolling, maybe I would have given her another chance. And plus, with the fight, I feel like with that fight, there is so much going on, but I feel like that was not I know that was a really bad, not a bad move, but it was something that I was not expecting. But there was things happening in the house, conversation, looks, things like that you guys don't get to see. So that proved me that I was going to go next. Even when we got rid of, I don't know who was before Devon, I don't remember. CJ. We sat all on the living room, and she said, well, now we're only 5, and Paola, you got a big chances because everybody loves you. So she just threw me out of the box, because at the end, everybody was choosing, the cast were choosing who was going to win. So she said yeah, you have a strong social game. She said it in front of everybody. So all of those things led me to, okay, I'm going next, because in my social, even though I'm going to tell you this, I didn't know that the cast were the one choosing.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't think anybody knew. I think that was supposed to be the surprise.
Devon knew how this was going. She knew how everything was going to go. Yes, she knew.
Well, that's probably because of her just being on a competition show beforehand.
She had more experience. She is the most experienced. She was the most experienced in the house when all of this. Yeah. I didn't know any of that, to be honest. I didn't know. And so I feel like when she was throwing those things at me, I'm like, wait a minute, why are you throwing these things at me? Plus, she was working with Joe, she was working with Jason. So it was more convenient for her to be at the end with Jason, Joe, and Jill than with me. because I no matter what, I'm still a strong competition because I'm athletic. I want to believe I'm smart, and so I feel like I was going to be a strong competition in there for her. So I feel like when I saw her talking with Jason, and she was supposed to have a conversation with me, she ignored me that day. So everything led me to me to make that decision. So I was like, hey, everybody's acting so weird in here. So I'm like, okay, if I have the chance, she's going next. Plus, we have a deal. Once we get to 5, we're gonna start tas. That's that was her words. She said, once we get to 5, we're gonna start shooting at each other. And I'm like, well, I got to
We're
shoot.
at 5. It's time to shoot at each other.
Exactly. And she was the strongest one like left. So the idea was to get rid of the strongest in the house. So I just kept playing the same game. Even though we had well, I was her number 3 on the alliance. She have 2 with everybody else. I'm the one out of the loop. So I don't know. I feel like it took a lot of me to do that, but I was not expecting that she was going to react the way she reacted because I was talking to Gio and she just got straight, like started talking to me very rudely. And the thing also what it led me to this, one time I was sleeping, my mask on, and then Jill said to Devon, I just want to make it with you to the end. And I'm like, I'm hearing. And I'm like, okay, look, that I feel like some chills on my body. I'm like, I'm being working with them. I was being like honest with them the whole time. I was like, well, let's make it the 3 of us. I don't mind. And other time I said, I would love to make it with you to the end. I told her. She didn't say anything to me. She went, poop. And I went to tell Jill that. And Jill was like, well, nothing, not saying anything means a lot. So that's why I was like, you guys didn't get to see that, but like I remember all of that. So all of those things led me to actually make the decision I made to put her on the chopping block right away.
Got it. Now, and Jill had a lot of Jill had a lot of strategic chops. Jill was a really good player in there too. My question is to you: now that the game is over, everything happened in the house. Are there any particular players or anything that you maintain friendships with or that you stay in communication with or anything like that?
Yes, with Tech. We talked with Tech. I saw him in LA too. We miss you in LA, Wendell. We had so much fun. Even though Tech is here in Miami, maybe I'm going to say hi to him.
Does he live there? What's he?
No, I think he's just traveling. Normally he travels a lot to Colombia. Maybe that's why we just get along really good. But I talked to CJ. I talked to Kristen a lot. She's my girl. I love her. Jill too. I talked to her. Who else? I think that's about it.
Nice.
And with you now that you call me. No, but we talk like I feel like I have a really good relationship. Like we got along really good with you, with Tech, with CJ when I see her, and Kristen. I feel like that's something that I'm happy that I got to meet them, because it's nice to get something good out of like a show like this, because at the end of the day it's a competition and you don't know who is going to hold grudges. And I'm glad that I hope nobody is holding grudges on me, or I really hope.
Pal, when you got to the end in the final competition and you saw that it was Jason, Jill, and Joe, how confident were you? Like, baby, I'm taking this home, I'm winning this? Or were you still like, I don't know what's going to happen here? Or when you saw who you were up against, were you like, okay, I could do this?
Well, really, I wasn't sure, to be honest. I felt like Jason was going to have a lot of votes because he was cooking for all of us. So I felt like a happy belly, happy life, happy everything. And I was surprised that nobody voted for him. But at the end of the day, he played a lot, and maybe that got people upset because the way he betrayed a lot of people. But I was not confident. When I got my 4th vote, I remember Joe telling me, "Oh, you're gonna win," and I'm like, "Shh, don't jinx it." Don't jinx it. And I was very surprised and excited. I can't believe that almost everybody except for one person, we already know who didn't vote for me.
Who was that? Who was that?
Was Devon. She was the only one who didn't vote for me. She voted for Joe. But I don't blame her. I don't blame her, to be honest. I don't blame her. I don't know. I feel like it's just It's okay.
Mhm. Not too much, Wendell. You can
I'm
say
just-
whatever
I
you
was
want to
just
say
asking
about
who it was.
Wendell.
I
Not
just
too
wanted to
much
know who
on
it was.
not too much on our sis.
She could have had a perfect score.
If I had a Bryce piece of paper right now, you got a number, because please, I beg right now, because he needs a reminder of what happened with him. Okay, he
Not too
keep
much.
forgetting. All
Okay.
right.
Now
Now,
I want to know what happened with them. I'm gonna interview you guys.
Wait,
Oh.
Wendell, stop playing.
right. Please remind him. Now, Pal, I just want to say congratulations on your win. This is great. You're the first winner of winning the GOAT. Let me ask you, do you think if you didn't win, who else would you be like happy or thought could have won if it wasn't you?
I feel like Joey.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Because
Joey from the circle or Joe or my man who
No,
likes my groceries?
Bachelor
the
grocery
grocery Joe, the hummus guy, the hummus with a 1M, the hummus
Hummus.
with 1M. Joe, the grocery Joe. I feel like we were sitting on the chopping block for so many times, and I feel like well, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not that he said that he played like that, like no good on purpose. I'm not sure about it because we saw things.
I think that's bullshit, girl. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think he really did lose a lot of these challenges, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like a Joe because I think he just dodged so many bullets and he just went here and here and here. And Jason, I don't know, Jason already won something, so I feel like okay, might as well somebody else. Plus, I know that Jason kind of betrayed a lot of people on the game, and I feel like I would have chose Joe to be the winner.
Very nice. Well, pal, we appreciate you. What's next for you? What you got going on?
Well, I'm going to Vancouver on August 1st. I have 3-day match, so I'm getting back in the ring again. First time.
Great.
Super excited. It's the first time I'm gonna go to Vancouver and I'm gonna do my debut at WrestleCourt. And I'm super excited because I haven't been in the ring in a very while. So I'm ready just to make headlines in there.
That is so great. That's so great. We wish you well. We hope you do a great job and you win. 3-day match or 3 matches. What's going on?
3-day matches. Every day is one.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
I will show you my bruises on my stories because normally I end up like very, very, very like bruised and sore and everything. But I love it. I'm ready to jump the third rope and the goat is in the house.
Now you got
3-day matches.
Don't get no bruises, pal. Take care of yourself.
I will, but it's unedible. It happens. It happens, but I'm okay. It's just like the warrior bruises and like the same with the tooth. It's always something.
I hope you don't lose a tooth in Vancouver, pal.
Oh no, I hope no. My goodness.
We just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day, out of your travel schedule to join us on the GOAT Pod. We loved having you. We loved watching you. And if you ever need anything, we're here. This has been a great deep dive with the one and only GOAT from season 1 of The GOAT.
Thank you.
Al, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me. I had such a great time talking to you all.
And
Thank you, pal.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We'll
Bye.
see you later with some soccer players.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Yes.
Send us the pictures.
Hey.